Hi there, and welcome to a business plan presentation for JRC Transportation. The description of a business. A business will be a limited liability company. I will be the only owner, only employee. My business will offer a service for truck drivers, starting with finding loads and hopefully look to expand. We will strive for exceptional customer service, and we will always work honestly, push the difficult times, and keep a positive attitude. We say we will strive for exceptional customer service because there are a lot of other companies that will provide the same service as us who aren't as generous. I say that because they don't know what it's like to be on a truck driving. I have first-hand experience as my father has driven a truck for more than 15 years. My startup plan. I will need about $12,825. The majority of that will be to a bond in which I need to have. It's kind of like a security net in case something were to go bad with one of the loads that I broker. And the other things I will just need basic office supplies such as a computer, filing cabinet, printer, fax, and I will be working from home, so there's no need for a office location outside of my house. My first few customers will be my family members. My family has been involved in the trucking industry for many, many years. I'd say they span over 2 decades. I have my father, several uncles, and even some of my younger cousins are starting to be in trucking. But none of us have gone to school to be a broker or someone who specializes in logistics and transportation. So I will be the first, and I could start with them and slowly spread my business through word of mouth and advertising. So my product description. I will charge for a service. What I will do is I will coordinate with customers, which is people that sell shipments. For example, here in Idaho, it's people that sell potatoes, and I will find them truckers and we will communicate with both of us and get the load from point A to point B. This includes setting loading and unloading appointments, having open communication, and work through problems in transit such as breakdowns. Every morning, truckers have to do check calls and give an update on where their status is, and make sure everything's going good. And that is something that I will be in charge of. I will be in charge of setting their appointments, making sure everything is good to go. In the future, I look to expand in offering help with ELDs, which is electronic logging devices, and accounts receivable. ELDs are new and they barely rolled out this year. It is a new law that went into effect, and it requires every semi to electronically log the hours that they drive in a day, their off duty, and that is something that I feel that many people struggle with, seeing as much of the trucking industry is older people, and they aren't as technologically savvy. Accounts receivable is another area we would like to, in the future, be able to help with. And we say that because there are several companies that when you work with them and you book freight, after you deliver, it can take up to 30 days, if not more, for your payment. And waiting for large payments, having them be 30 days out can be very stressful because you still have your bills to pay. And that is another area we will focus on helping. The market analysis. To be a long-haul truck driver, to say you travel outside of Idaho, you must be 25 years of age or older, and you must be able to pass a physical and drug test. So my focus will be 25 years of age or older people, mostly males. The primary form of communication is through cell phones. Cell phones are also used for tracking, just as when you purchase a package from Amazon and you like to be able to track it. Companies do the same thing with their shipments now. The cell phone pings out a GPS signal about every hour or so, and that way they can make sure their product is in transit the way it should be. Drivers are away from their homes for the majority of the year, and it is easier to target those who are not married. Not many others can offer the same services as me. I speak Spanish, and that is an advantage for me. I also have the experience. I've been doing this already for about 4 years, and like I said, my family has been in trucking for many years, so I know how the industry is. Competition. There are large companies that have been in business for years, such as C.H. Robinson and TQL. I cannot compete with them nationally because they are established companies. They have large carrier bases. Local competition such as Zoe, Estrel from Eastern Idaho, Vertical Logistics out of Boise, and Western Flyer in American Falls. Those are all well established as well. They're not as big, but none of them speak Spanish, and none of them know what it's like to be out in a truck and the cruelty of the road. I have I have had first-hand experience of what it is like to be in a truck, and I have empathy. I've been dealing with this, like I said, for over 4 years, personally, working, and I've seen my father struggle through the trucking industry, so I feel like I understand the industry more. Management summary. I will have no employees needed at startup. I will do everything. I will be in charge of accounting. I will seek help for marketing to get my first potential customers and expand other than my family. If my business does do well and take off, I will look to hire more employees and possibly move outside of my house, which I'll be working out from the beginning. There's my graph for my break-even analysis, my balance sheet for the first 3 years. There's some references that people I spoke to. A quick thing I would like to add. This service has been around for many years. It is just having open communication with truckers and companies. It is all about communication. Communication is most important. Once you start getting your carrier base and you start working with more people, you will start to get a feel for the industry. And customer service is most important. If you treat people nice with respect and report problems when they are happening, then people will want to work with you when they come back. That is where I want to differentiate myself from everyone else. Thanks.